What sort of genre would you classify the film as? You know, it seems real, but at times there are certain things that definitely detour.
Is existential comedy a genre?
Existential comedy.
I'm going to stick it in there. Or dark, I don't know, it's a dark comedy. I mean, a lot of people have made comments, you know, that it borders on that kind of magic realism.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I necessarily had I didn't have a pocket for it to go in, you know, I just made the film that I made, you know.
How did you find your lead actors?
You know, I wrote the script mostly for people I know, so it was a lot of the casting process was removed, which was nice.
The character of Beef does a fair amount of, I guess you could call them bike stunts, or
So,
and that's something that you wrote in, knowing that you had access to him to do those stunts.
Totally, he rips on a BMX bike, and originally I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have him. He can do a backflip on a bike. And so originally I was thinking, like, what if I had him? But then I got worried if I hurt, I would feel bad for if he got hurt during the making. So he does some bike tricks. He can do even more. It's crazy.
So you cut out the backflips, but
I didn't want to break his neck, you know.
All the different locations in the film, and there's so many, those were places that you kind of snuck your way into, or did you scout them specifically, or?
Yeah, we had a locations manager, Kelly Griffith, who mostly does photo work, but she was able to secure a lot of the locations, or I wrote specific for, you know, the places, but, you know, we didn't shoot with permits or anything, we just kind of moved quickly.
Did you have any problems with that at any point?
I don't think so. I think we got kicked off of one beach because we had the dog there, and it was a no-dog beach.
That's
but not
why
because
they
we were
kick you
filming.
off.
So
Nice.
yeah, it was pretty good. And Miami's changing so fast. I wrote certain things for certain areas that if we didn't shoot this movie now, for example, the house we shot for Beef, when we were shooting, they said that it was slated for demolition. So I think I really had to make this movie now, as opposed to, you know, in 10 years the whole bay is going, all those little homes are going to be gone, it'll just be high rises. So yeah, I felt pressure to get it done.
Yeah, and like there's a fair amount of construction in the beginning, and that was just part of Miami changing.
Yeah, you know, I wrote Miami. I mean, this film is so specific to Miami right now, and well, actually, maybe between 4 or 5 years ago and now. So, because it is changing so fast, there are things that are now just kind of Miami culture, like, you know, all of the construction that's happening there now. It's just blowing up. So, you know, writing a city as a character is a funny thing, but it really helped shape, you know, where they live, so the environment.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did you know that from the beginning when you were writing your script, like this is going to be like the city is the character, or did that just kind of happen during the script writing process?
I think I became aware of it as I was writing it, and then, you know, as you're progressing, you're kind of seeing what works and what doesn't, and how it's involving the location, and pretty soon, you know, it was very obvious that I needed to have Miami itself and my experiences there in the city, you know, that are specific, be a kind of a character. So yeah, I think I figured it out a little later on, but worked with it.
What did you shoot on? Was there anything you chose to fit all these different elements of the film?
We shot on the Canon C300, and our B-cam, well, we shot with the C100 for the Salt Lake City stuff, just a few pickup days. And then our backup camera was the Blackmagic production camera. But the Canon, I mean, yeah, to me, the C300 is like such a great camera. You know, Canon's color is so awesome, and it really was the perfect tool. You know, we knew we didn't want to shoot it in 4K or anything like that. We had talked about doing the C500, but just the workability of that camera, and, you know, on set, but as well as the back end, it just made it kind of the perfect camera. So I am a huge fan of the C300.
What advice would you give to other filmmakers, maybe starting out or wanting to tell good stories or interesting, different stories?
Just to do it. I didn't study film, I studied painting, and I just made films with my friends, It started as skateboard videos, then it turned to making stupid films, with just filming each other being idiots, to writing story and really, diving in. And I think you just have to do it, and you evolve as you go. You learn just from doing it. I think that's the best thing.